Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Toby Shades, your birthday's this Saturday. Well, happy birthday to you. Kevin, thank you. How's it going for you, Kevin? Lil Lollipop? Hello. Yeah, I think so. Drawing's a great way to do all kinds of stuff. Waste all kinds of time.
There are no bad decisions when it comes to my new chicken fajita and seasoned jack wrap. Two new flavors for $3 each.
No problem, man. Jeffrey, what's up? Thank you. Wesley, thank you. Shocula, what did I get for my birthday? Well, I mean, I got to work. That's what I got to do. Oh, what did I get you? I'm gonna get you a swift kick in the nuts. Kevin wants that nut kick. Yeah, I was just hoping one of my lady friends would, for my birthday, just send me a picture of their boobs, but not one of them did. It might be wasted energy on my part hoping for that, but I could still want, right? Oh, you're getting your thing ready for the printer, dude. That's awesome. That you gotta be like right there, huh? You're practically done or essentially done with the book, right? If you're prepping the files. Tyraz, how's it going? Yeah, Jeffrey, you nailed that exactly right. I find myself listening to it a lot recently. Foil covers, Shocula, you're splurging for it, huh? That could be awesome. Leo, how's it going? Thank you. Wesley, you working with the blue pencils, same as me right now? That's awesome, dude. Yeah, like I said, I'm obviously a big fan of them. Ian Parker, thank you. Jeffrey, the current work look good? Well, thanks. Me and Chuck are doing the best we can. Well, thanks for stopping in, Leo Kessie. I do appreciate it. Very, very much. Jessica. My favorite Jessica. Anything special planned for today? Nope, I just went to work and then now I'm here. That's all I got. But that's okay. Getting to draw is never a bad time for me. Thanks, Jess. I'm trying to do a big action shot. This guy's about to get his arms cut off, but he's got to look cool for like half a second. Yeah, you heard the Superman score. Can never go wrong with John Williams. Of course, I like John Buscema. You know, great, incredibly talented guy. You know, no doubt there. It is. It's exactly that guy. We're just going on from the next page. Yeah, we're going from this shot here to where they're looking at each other, and then this guy is just diving at the other dude, and it's not going to go well for him. Yeah, Jessica, Danielle got me that awesome Deadpool Wolverine blanket and a South Park mug. So that was nice. Yeah, Shakula, Buscema was tailor-made for Conan. You are not wrong. Thanks, Leo. Didn't I read somewhere that John Buscema didn't actually like working on superhero comics? That wasn't his thing? Yeah, I preferred sword and sorcery. That makes sense. Anytime, Shocula, you can ask me anything, dude.
I chose to launch my business with They keep the process simple and efficient. You can launch your business in just 3 easy steps. Plus, Angel Sim passes.
Standard or modern comic book size? Honestly, I don't know what the difference is between the two, but I just kind of don't go standard everything as far as I know. I kind of struggle to remember the choices put in front of me like that. But I'm pretty sure I just did the standard, just kind of regular. I'm not sure what the actual the differences are. I'd be curious to see it. I would like to know what the difference is. I don't really know. I don't know what the difference is actually. Slightly bigger. Yeah. Barely. Yeah, if you're going through Comics Wellsprings, they've always been a really good bunch of people. Uh, Good customer service for me. They fixed any problems that seemed to crop up. So yeah, I'm a fan of them. I've never had any issues with all the various books I've printed.
Pill may look like a candy bar, but with 15 grams of protein, we swear it's a protein bar.
Dad, I got a huge barbecue wing thing. This bottle says I need 3%. That stuff has way more water. A little bit of time goes a long way. So you can save your shirt, and maybe even a little more money tonight to the library. Right. For a better clean with less, it's got to be Tide.
It probably is obvious there, Shocula, and I would assume you're doing the same thing, but order a proof copy. You know, get the proof copy first before you order all your books, so you can kind of see how everything just looks. Yeah, yeah. I figured. I mean, I kind of figured you would, but I'd rather mention a thing that's obvious than not mention it and have somebody go, "What the fuck? Why didn't anybody tell me?" Wise Man, how's it going? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Wise Man, I have read very, very little. So I can't really speak to it truthfully. I know that my taste would be kind of particular, and I don't know. But it sure is the popular thing these days. It's not even the art, it's just the story. And a lot of times the stories in those things are kind of told in weird ways. And it doesn't always appeal to me. Yeah, I can look at those. There's like art books of like the Ghost in the Shell animated movie. There's like an art book of that. And holy crap, is there some beautiful drawings in that? That's something that I want to definitely find one of these days. Not that that's manga, that's just an art book of an anime, but still. The only manga you have is colorless? I don't even think I've even heard of that. Wesley Gleason, you say first comic introduced to? Mine was X Factor, first appearance of Archangel. You know, I honestly don't even. Some people have that down in their mind of like what was the first comic they ever saw. I don't know. I don't remember there being like this is one. You know, I do know that the Daredevil, I think it's 181 where Bullseye kills Elektra, is one of the first ones I saw, but I can't say that it was the first. In fact, I'm almost certain it's not. But I don't know. My brother and I, my older brother, we just started, you know, we got the idea that we wanted to collect comics, and so we just started grabbing some off the rack when our dad could give us money. So it was Supermans and Spider-Mans and just stuff like that. But I don't remember, like, there's one. This is the one book that I got introduced to that hooked me. I kind of wish there was, just because it's kind of fun to think of it that way. There's one book that was like, this is what got me into it, but it doesn't exist that way for me. Chocula, Fantastic Four 86 was your first one ever read? Yeah, see, yeah, I don't have one like that I know. Dude, you were way younger getting started than I was. I think I was 10 or 11. I guess it's not way younger, but it's not nothing. fight Doom and Latveria. Isn't that like every other issue of Fantastic Four? I'm just kidding. Think Marvel's gonna fuck up Doctor Doom again in the MCU, even with Robert Downey Jr., even though I don't know how that will work. I want it to be good. I just don't know that it's gonna be. See, Shocula, I kind of want to be like that, but all they have to do is come out with a good one, and I'm hooked back into that one. You know, I get your point, though. I really do. It's easy to get sick of them. What's up? Oh, shit. Excuse me. Dan Goodwin, what's up, dude? Yeah, that's the problem, Jeffrey, is like he's Iron Man, so the only thing I can see this doing is being like a multiverse version of Doctor Doom that just happens to be either Tony Stark or a guy that looks just like Tony Stark. And I don't want to see that. I want to see a true take on Doctor Doom by a unique actor, and I don't need to see him play. I like Robert Downey Jr. like everyone else, but I don't get their mind. So maybe they'll fool us all. Maybe it'll be awesome, and we'll see, right? But I don't know. Yeah, Shocula, I saw that the new He-Man movie, they're like the guy in an interview said our He-Man will be very different from the source material. It's like, well, I'm already uninterested then. Why not make it like the shit that we want to see? Why do they not get this? Wasn't the last one, the Dolph Lundgren one, wasn't that vastly different than the source material? Why don't they just do it right? Ran Inc., what's up, dude? Yeah, we talked about this on one of my streams not long after the new Superman trailer come out. For me, I've just seen so many trailers of movies that looked awesome and then they ended up not being, so I just don't buy into them anymore. Like, we'll just judge the movie. I'll see what it's like when it comes out. So I kind of don't have anything to say about the trailer. It looks like a Superman movie. But is the actual flick going to be any good? I don't know. We'll see.
time. So maybe not everyone will put it in the sport formula yet.
See, that's the thing. We'll just, who knows? Test screenings could go bad, they could go good, who knows? Thanks, Patternson. Wesley, you're getting drunk on my birthday? Hope I don't mind. Well, somebody needs to be getting drunk. And it for damn sure isn't going to be me. I have done my drunk live stream that one time though. So there is evidence of me being a drunk idiot.
Better when you're protected under American family too.
That's not how it works.
Mark, brother, what is up, dude? Thanks, man. I really enjoyed showing off those pages. I hit up Chuck, and he hadn't actually sent me any of those by Friday yet, but I know he was really close. And I said, dude, I promise you I'm not trying to rush you or anything, but I think it'd be kind of fun to show them off for my birthday video. And I've got other stuff I can do, but if you've got them kind of at least at a done enough point that you could show them off, I think it'd be fun. So we got those 3 ready, and so yeah, I enjoyed showing them off. Oh yeah, I've got them sitting not right here, but I find myself staring at those things all the time, just kind of looking at all the cool stuff that he's done, just trying to absorb what I can. And yeah, the video from the Beware the Reefer, I didn't mean to turn it into like, here's an art lesson, here's what you could have maybe done better, but they were really receptive to it, and I tried to make it into like a like an educational thing, like, well, here's an idea, here's something that you could do. But I like the enthusiasm and everything those guys have going on with their book there. So I think it worked out. David Finch does drink and draw. I know that Finch does like art streams all the time where he has people on. No, I have never talked to him. I'm sure he has no idea who I am because I'm a nobody. So I know. Well, thanks, Mark. Yeah, there's just a couple of things that, I think maybe newer artists just don't know. They don't know these things, and so it's like, well, let's just take a second and just kind of share it with everybody. And like lettering and splash pages that are on the side on page 1 and blah blah blah, things like that.
Hey neighbor, what's the T-Mobile home internet yet? Turn your head.
Do, 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 do. Mark, I'm a fan. When I was younger, and I was reading the classic X-Men books that I collected, I eventually got some other collection that I'm actually going to go through here soon. I've got it sitting right here next to me now that I think about it. But yeah, I picked up this collection that has a bunch of his work, and young me at the time didn't really pay attention that there was a difference between this artist and John Byrne. And I know to some people that might be sacrilegious, but I was just a kid. I didn't know. It just looked kind of the same, but I obviously see massive differences now. And yeah, yeah, this is a great book. And I loved the stories in this, and I wanted to get that artist edition. It was just a kind of a case of too much money at that exact moment, and I'm like, maybe I can get it later, but I didn't have 150 books that I wanted to 150 bucks that I wanted to spend at that exact moment. So I'm like, yeah, so I have to decide. I had to make some choices. But I would like to get my hands on it later. Yeah, once I got to understand art better, I like his kind of simplicity. It's like a very clean line style. It's not overly rendered or anything. It looks really cool. And it's just great. He's still alive, right, guys? Oh yeah, it'll certainly go on the channel if and when I get it. But for sure. Yeah, Jeffrey, you're pretty sure. Yeah, I feel like he's still alive. I just wonder what a guy like that's doing these days. He's probably old and out of the comic biz and just who knows.
At Smith's Barbecue, Care is making it easy to save more. Both insurance plans and discount cards are accepted. Care is convenience that works for everyone. A world of care is a
I don't know, Daniel, if you dig comics, you can never be truly out of the biz. I mean, I think that's how I would feel, but I feel like there's like I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, I actually I see your point. You say if you truly love comics, I guess I was going to point out I have heard of a couple artists out there who used to be big names, and they're completely out of the business, but they would fall under the category of people who do not truly love it. So I actually completely agree with you. I will shut my mouth. Like I was going to correct you. I'm like, no, come on. Mark, you feel like he's going to be forgotten? Like, imagine being as good as him, being one of the lesser uncanny art. Yeah, isn't that crazy? And I believe he had like a short run. Like, it wasn't as long as I think some of us. I mean, I know once I kind of saw how long it actually was. It was significant, but it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long of a run. So I don't know. So yeah, I could probably get an interview with them. I mean, that would be that would be something. That's another one of those reasons that I'm really sad that the Cartoonist Kayfabe channel is gone, because those guys were getting interviews with all kinds of people. And being artists, they're asking like art-related questions, the type of stuff creative people like us want to hear. You know, it's not just some random ass interviewer asking cliche questions that they don't really understand. Some bitch is getting both his arms chopped right off. It's probably really unclear what my drawings are doing here, but
Like I'm so loved my five on the whole big deal meal. Just for 4 delicious entrees.
yeah, same Jeffrey. Yeah, Dan, so this guy, this character from the previous page, he's getting ready to have his big badass moment. He's flexing all his stuff, getting his big old weapon ready. And he dives at him in a big bullshit jump into action shot. And he gets socked in the face and he gets both arms cut off. He's done just that fast. You know what, Mark? I completely agree. Kind of like you're saying, though, I think I can understand his reasons for not doing it. Like, it's just not the same. I bet it would be really hard, kind of like emotionally, to sit down and try to do the same damn thing without the guy who originated the idea, like your best bud. You know, I bet that would be a really hard thing to do. But them arms in a jar, them arms are just going to fly off and never to be seen again. You know what sucks is I threw away all my old wizards. I mean, I guess I'm kind of glad. I didn't know what to do with them. And at the time I was moving and I just needed to make some space. I'm like, it's just time to get rid of these magazines. I'm never going to do anything with them. So I just kept those few. I'm pretty sure I have a Michael Turner Wizard tribute. I'm almost certain that I have that. I think. Now you got me wondering. Yeah, everyone offloading onto me. I'm getting so overloaded with comics and stuff in my room here. I got to find somewhere for some of these things to go. Thanks, Jeffrey. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Riggs, you say you admire that you're creating your own book. I've always wanted to do the same. You the man. Well, thanks, man. You know, if you can draw, you know, you could always give it a shot. Wesley, you're asking if I will ever be on the East Coast. I have barely ever made it outside of the borders of the state that I live in, maybe once in my life. Not by choice, necessarily. It's just, I've always been poor as shit and never had anywhere to go or anyone to go see, so I've never gone anywhere. And, so, probably not. Yes, Wesley, you know what's up. I love Dune. I love those new movies, and I love the soundtrack. Herbcraft, thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. You guys come see me? I'm so boring. Alright, if you show up, but as long as no one's showing up to kill me. I could cook a good steak. That's true. The air show that I went to, yeah, if that's what you're talking about, Wesley. Yeah, that gal that I was with, she's the one who just took me golfing just last Saturday. She got me the hookup on that air show, and man, that was fun. It was hot as hell, and the sun bouncing off that pavement is holy crap hard, but Riggs 46, what's my favorite recent books that inspire the art? Honestly, zero. Nothing. There's nothing recent that inspires my art. It's all stuff that I've grown up with or artists that I've known forever. So I guess it depends on what you might mean. Like, I mean, there's artists that still draw. Like, Silvestri did a recent Batman book that I really dig because it's his drawing, but I've been following him and been a fan of his work for decades. And there's a lot of good artists out there, but there's no books that inspire me. It's all kind of just modern comics just don't do it for me like they used to. Yeah, Wesley, it was amazing. It was incredible to see those jets that close. Because she had special VIP tickets, so we got to be in the same kind of area that the families of the pilots were at. So we were right, there was a fence that we were up against, and right over the fence is the line of the jets where they'd line them up. Like, we were right there. You could almost, not really, but it's almost like you could almost reach out and touch them. And to see them that close and hear those engines and stuff, man, it's like I want to take my kids next year, but that heat, it just beats the piss out of you, and I'm not sure my kids would survive all day, and then we have to we gotta go, we're gonna die. So I don't know. I definitely want to take them when they're a little bit older. Riggs, you've been into Pepe Larraz? I don't know who that is. I definitely would look it up. But yeah, Wesley, being that close to him, it was just... And then they had the things where they do the air shows and they have fake bomb explosions because they're doing a simulated attack, and they have the big fireball in the distance. Even this fireball all the way across the field, so far away, you could still feel that wall of heat hit you. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that doesn't seem like it should be possible. That wall of heat that far away, and you still feel it. Yeah, Mr. Green, Hill Air Force Base. It's literally, I live literally just down the road from it. Those jets take off over my head. In fact, if you watch my videos consistently, there's several where I kind of re-listen to it. I'm like, oh, the jets are flying over my head. Oh, wait, no, that's just the audio in the video that I recorded. I got F-35s flying over my head all the time. In fact, I've got... I use it as a pen holder, but this right here, this is a spent shell from an F-35. Right here. This is a bullet. I had a buddy that worked on base there, and he's like, Rob, you want me to bring you a fucking shell casing from an F-35? They go out trading and have to collect up them shells from the jets. Because he was like the guy who handled the ordnance to load up on the planes. And so he brought me freaking 2 of these. And this is like the biggest damn bullet. I mean, look at this thing. You can stick pens in it and shit. So anyway, I thought that was fun. Dan, you used to get stuff like that too? I mean, I know it's like not like a big deal, but to me, I think that's pretty freaking awesome. I mean, this was a bullet shell that was in one of those jets flying over my head. I guess they were just practicing on the range, and I guess these jets don't, I guess they don't expel their shells just out onto the ground. I guess they you know, they collect, they stay collected inside the jet. Yeah, Dan, that's basically what it is for me. I mean, there's no getting into this base, but it's just right up the road. Wesley, what are you asking? Is he gonna be his piece back, or what? What are you? Like to what? Try to get an interview with Silvestri? I mean, no, I've never done that. It's never really crossed my mind. I mean, I don't. What could I? Why would he respond to me? I mean, I guess you never know, right? Um, I'd probably pass out if he was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it, dude." It's like, what the hell do I ask him? Do it. I don't even know where to start. I'll just start on his Instagram page, like, hey, old buddy, old pal. Like, appeal to his, like, hey, just want to help out a little guy? Just cuz? Just for fun? He'd be honored? I don't know about that. Maybe. I would be like reaching out to all of you guys. I'm like, oh my crap, Silvestri said yes. Somebody tell me, what do I ask him? What do I talk to him about? What's an interesting thing to discuss? Yeah, he does seem like a nice dude. And Dan, you're right. I mean, I've done, I've done interviews with other people too, just kind of friends and stuff like that. But it is like something I wouldn't say I'm very good at. I would just kind of have to approach it like, let me just talk to him like a human being, and as a fan and an artist, and like, tell me what this was like, and how do you do this, and but yeah, he seems like a good guy. He seems like a nice dude. I totally agree with that. I've never seen an interview with him or anybody have a conversation about him that wasn't like, he seems like a good guy, you know. Wouldn't that be a big get for the channel? I've seen some other small channels that do the stuff that I do have like interviews with McFarlane and Eric Larson. I'm like, and these guys have less viewers than me. I'm like, how do they score that? I met Jim Lee. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the picture that I posted from 2016, I think it was. Just to show it off again because I want to. But right there, I met him right there. That was awesome. It was just a quick, like, stop by, have him sign a couple comics and take a picture and move on so the line could keep going. But That was awesome right there. And he's very short, which, you know, I'm also very tall. Yeah, Mark, I'm sure you're right, but I wouldn't want to dig into anything like I'm going to do some hard-hitting journalism. Um, I just want to talk about the craft. Like, is there a project that you never got to do that you wish you did? Looking back on drawing those X-Men books, would you have done anything differently? Starting Image, is there something that you feel like you guys could have done better or different, or just reflection? Like, what do you think now that all this time has passed? And wonder, like, what do you hope your legacy is, once you're done and gone? What do you want people to remember you for? Is there one absolute dream project that you just can't wait to get to? Maybe you haven't done one, but there's one that you probably could. What would it be? Right, Mark? Is there anything you wish you could be doing now, and why is it returning to Uncanny X-Men? I'm sure he'd have a good chuckle at that, but then he'd be like, yeah, that's never happening. I'm very happy at DC, and... But again, I hold out the hope. All my favorite artists that are still alive and drawing, there's a hope. As long as they're alive and drawing, there's always a chance that McFarlane could do a Spider-Man issue one more time. Cross it over with Spawn. It's possible. There's a chance that Jim Lee could go back and do an X-Men book one more time. Let's just revisit it this one last opportunity before we're all done and gone. J. Scott Campbell could draw a Danger Girl book again. Very unlikely, that son of a bitch. See, I don't know, Mark. I mean, I think there's some of that, but McFarlane and Jim Lee are so goddamn rich anyway. I don't think it's money. I mean, it's good business, but I feel like they could do anything they wanted. So now it just comes down to what do they want to do. I mean, I just imagine a Spawn Spider-Man crossover drawn by McFarlane would be the biggest selling comic book in years. Like no questions asked. That's what everyone wants to see. And by everyone, I mean a lot of people. Riggs, you'd pay $500 for another Jim Lee X-Men book, right? I mean, Marvel's biggest thing, if they could lure back Jim Lee to do an X-Men book, for even just like a one issue would be fine. How about a 2 or 3 issue thing? And McFarlane, Spawn Spider-Man, even if it's a one-off, like prestige format kind of thing, like the Batman Spawn. I just want to see McFarlane drawing, and not Capullo drawing it. McFarlane has to draw it. Yeah, Mark, everyone is us old dudes, for real. And maybe the market isn't what we think it is. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think there's enough of us around. Again, I talk about the stuff that I see being successful on crowdfunders and Kickstarters for other people. I think that there's enough of an audience still left. But they kind of need to do it now. But it's all dreaming and wishing and hoping. Who else is out there that I want to see? I want to see Joe Quesada draw something again. I love his work, though I definitely prefer his older stuff. Yeah, Mark at the Barnes and Noble, Western graphic novels get one bookshelf, manga gets four. Well, they give the shelf space to what sells, right? That's aggravating. But American comic books, dude, they're just not. No one cares. Not like they used to. Yeah, the tastes have shifted. Yeah. It's been what that way with manga, Dan? Is that what you mean? See, when I was a teenager, yeah, it was all the '90s, so it was all the Marvel and Image stuff for sure.
But here's the thing, they have to come up with planets apart from the fire in the sky, and like she has to hold her outpost and kill the guy, there's fire on the planet, and she survives. And that's when like the whole like, hey, I'm a lost you, but I had to pull this executive decision about something called danger. I do like though that she survived. They could have easily written the story where she's dead, and then there was like the fallout of it. I do like that they have the awkwardness of I thought you were dead, and then she comes back, and she's not, man. When she comes back, she walks right past him because she's actually got this.
Well, she addresses that, like, he kind of made the call to be like, well,
When you die, you die. I saved you from all of this.
well, it's his, let's say it was his career. That's really it.
Yeah, he's someone who's put his career first so often. Because here's the thing, when I make this video,
It's quality time. So meanwhile, airborne keywords completely mixed word formula, yes. The new integrated deliciously tasty effervescent, yes, word flavor is packed with 7 powerful ingredients. So
Marvel and Image at the comic shop, not at a bookstore. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I grew up in such a small town. There was no damn bookstore with any comics on the shelf at all.
well, it is. Like, you run the risk of failing.
That's part of my problem with like manga stuff. It's like I wouldn't even know where to start. My local comic shop has a bunch of shelves of that stuff, and there's just volumes upon volumes of just stuff, like one title, and it's like 20 volumes. I'm like, I know start at number one, but like, I don't know if it's any good. I know that's a dumb, like, well, how do you know if anything's good until you try it? But I'm like, I don't, fuck it. I'll just go find a collection of something old that I like, because I'm dumb like that.
The things that I love to do.
I've seen David Marquez art. He's a fantastic artist. For me, it isn't even so much the artist, the quality of the artist, as much as it is just the books have just become something I recognize anymore, and I don't care. And that's what I've said this for a long time about like corporate comics. Is like I feel like everyone eventually ages out because um, you follow the characters for a certain amount of time and you see them go through certain kind of trials and tribulations and adventures, but eventually there's a big reset and they all start back over at zero in a way. And I'm like, they've already grown beyond this. And that's the problem with corporate characters, is they can't really change. They're just always going to be that one thing. And eventually I just get sick of seeing repeats of shit that we've already done. So then I'm just like, well, I'm out. I don't want to. I've already read my X-Men stories. I don't want to read this new thing where they're doing, like, they're just undoing everything that they already did before. Yeah, Dan, yeah, you've had your time with the X-Men. You'd love to continue, but it's for another generation. Now, that's why I kind of get excited at the prospect of sometimes creators will come along and they get to do like a out of continuity book. And I'm like, all right, it's not tied into the current shit, so it can be any damn thing we want it to be. So let's just go with this. But I have a very distinct memory of the continuity of the X-Men and what it was and what I liked, and it just doesn't bear any resemblance to it anymore. So I'm just, it's not for me. trying to remember the last X-Men story I really enjoyed, and I think it might be the Joss Whedon Astonishing X-Men, because he kind of went back to the classic roots, you know, had the classic characters, and I don't know, I enjoyed the hell out of that. John Cassidy drew it. I don't know that I read anything X-Men that I gave a shit about after that. But I've also kind of lost track of everything that's happened. Riggs, you got the omnibus? Yeah, it was a good series. It had some neat stuff. You have to take Hickman right in small doses. He's into infographics. You feel like you're doing homework. That's funny. I'm sure I've read some Hickman stuff. I just can't think of what it is. Yeah, Dan, last thing you remember reading of X-Men was Jim Lee? I followed him for quite a while after Jim Lee because I was legitimately into the characters, but like I said, eventually, I mean, by like the third time I read this giant end tale of Magneto's final battle with the X-Men, where he was literally ripping New York to pieces. I'm like, they've had their final battle with Magneto 100 times over. I'm done. Mr. Green, for what it's worth, you don't think it's inherently that manga is preferred. You think it's distribution channels and stories that generally have a start and an end. Scholastic is doing well with Dogmen. That's a really good point. Places to find them, and then like a series that has like, this is it. This is a complete story. There it is. That's a really good point. Yeah, Mark, that kind of plays into his point. Yeah. Where do you start with a X-Men comic? And how do you know all the stuff that happened? And do you need to know? Yeah, I got some of the Joe Mad X-Men too, Dan. They were kind of fun, but I was kind of getting checked out at that point. I wasn't a Joe Mad fan yet. It wasn't until Battle Chasers that I became a Joe Mad fan for real. That's a good point, Mark. Y'all got great points. Western comics give new interpretations of the characters. Because oftentimes the original version of a character isn't necessarily the one that's like the preferred favorite version. It's got to be, like he says, honed to perfection. It's a good point. But then it becomes perfect, and then it gets screwed up and driven into the ground. It's a vicious cycle. The art of the franchise. Yeah. I have no doubt that it would be hard to write a character that's been around since the 30s or the 40s, like Superman. What the hell do you add without changing it? Yeah, I agree, Mark. That's very well put. Very good understanding of everything. Give me a lot to think about. Yeah, Mark is the man to, right? I've been saying Mark is a secret genius. He's just keeping it from us under this facade of like he's just like the coolest guy ever. Thanks, Riggs. I was having fun with this page. Well, not was. I still am. I still got to finish it, but I was having fun with this guy here. thanks. I kind of just made him up on the fly to be a. Is it supposed to be? He's supposed to be a direct Wolverine ripoff. That's the whole point. And I just kind of made it up one day, and then just here we are. Now he's getting his arms chopped off on the very next page. He might look like a badass, but the whole point is to dispatch these guys real quick and get on to the rest of the ridiculous adventure they're all about to go on. I think I might be done doodling for tonight. I don't think I got any more doodling in me. Well, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, everybody. But next time I'll be doing drawing, I'll be doing the Lightbox pencils on this page. That'll be fun. That's where it starts coming into, starts shaping up. But yeah, I'm going to bag it for the night, guys. So thank you very much, everybody. Riggs, Dan, Mark, if you're still there, whoever it may be.